ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Good morning to all. Today I would like to give the information related to another important theory which explains the formation of the covalent bond. And here this is more advanced than valence bond theory. Right. And here what is the reason for the introducing of this theory? That we have to think. In order to rectify the defects of the valence bond theory, to explain the shape of the molecules, bond angles, bond lengths and bond energies. This theory was introduced by Sidgwick and Powell, and later on it was developed and modified by Nyholm and Gillespie. What is that theory? VSEPR theory means what? Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. What is that? Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. VSEPR theory. The reason for the introducing of VSEPR theory is to rectify the defects of the valence bond theory, to explain the shape of the molecules, bond angles, bond lengths and bond energies. Okay, right. What is the basis for the VSEPR theory? Here the name itself indicating the central theme of the or basic idea of the VSEPR theory. What is that? Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory means what? Here the basic idea of VSEPR theory is the repulsion between the electron pairs in the valence shell of the central atom of a molecule. In a molecule, the central atom is present at the center. And here in the valence shell of the central atom, here different electron pairs are available. Means what? Lone pairs and bond pairs. And already I have given an idea related to the lone pair and bond pair. How can you understand the word bond pair? An electron pair which is located or presented or concentrated between the two bonded atoms is known as bond pair. The electron pair which is distributed in the valence shell of central atom is known as lone pair. And here the basic idea of VSEPR theory is the shape of the molecule depends upon the repulsion between the electron pairs in the valence shell of central atom. And here VSEPR theory was first given by Sidgwick and Powell. Later on it was developed and modified by Nyholm and Gillespie. Okay, but how can you explain the formation of the covalent bond? And how can you explain the shape of the molecule? That we have to discuss in this. And here the important features of VSEPR theory are: the shape of a molecule depends upon the repulsion between the electron pairs in the valence shell of central atom. What is that? The shape of molecule depends upon the number of electron pairs present in the valence shell of central atom. Means what? Here shape depends upon number of electron pairs. Means what? What is the sense of that? Here the shape of molecule can be decided by counting the number of electron pairs in the valence shell of central atom. Okay. If the electron pairs are assumed as the point charges, what is the charge of electron? Negative. Here I am saying that if the electrons are assumed as the point charges, then there will be repulsion between the like charges. There will be a repulsion between the like charges. And the electron pair which is present between the two bonded atoms is known as bond pair, and which is distributed in the valence shell of the central atom is known as lone pair. And the repulsion between different electron pairs is in the order lone pair, repulsion greater than, lone pair, repulsion greater than, bond pair. Bond pair. This is the decreasing order of the repulsion between the electron pairs. And same time, in a molecule, in the valence shell of the central atom, the electron pairs are arranged in such a way that the repulsion between electron pairs is minimum. Automatically, the electron pairs are rearranged, reshuffled in the valence shell of central atom. Which factor influences that arrangement? Stability of the molecule. So, in a molecule, in the valence shell of the central atom, the electron pairs are arranged in such a way that the repulsion between them is minimum. What is the reason for the repulsion between the electron pairs? They are assumed as point charges. What is the charge of electron? Negative. When the two electron pairs are come closer with each other, they repel with each other. They repel with each other because they are like charges. They are like charges. And based on the number of electron pairs present in the valence shell of central atom, we can predict the shape of molecule. We can predict the geometry of the molecule. Right. If all the electron pairs in the valence shell of central atom are bond pairs, then the shape can be easily predicted. How? Here, number of electron pairs. Okay. And here, number of electron pairs and shape of molecules. And same time, all the electron pairs are bond pairs. Then only this is applicable. Here, two electron pairs. Shape is linear. Bond angle 180 degrees. 3. Planar triangle. Bond angle 120 degrees. 4. Tetrahedral. Bond angle 109 degrees to 8 minutes. 5. Trigonal bipyramid 90 degrees and 120 degrees. 6. Octahedral. Here 90 degrees. 8. Pentagonal bipyramid. Pentagonal bipyramid 72 degrees and 90 degrees. If the number of electron pairs or if all the electron pairs are bond pairs, then the shape of the molecule can be easily predicted. How? If the number of electron pairs is equal to 2, then the shape of the molecule is linear and bond angle is 180 degrees. 3. Planar triangle. 4. Tetrahedral. 5. Trigonal bipyramidal. 6. Octahedral. 8. Pentagonal bipyramidal. And here example for that is beryllium chloride, and this is BF3, and this is CH4, and this is PCl5. and this is SF6 and this is IF7. IF7, okay, pentagonal bipyramidal, IF7. And this is about the number of electron pairs present in the this is 7. This is the number of electron pairs and the shape of the molecules and examples. And here once again we can give another statement. Among all these electron pairs, if is there any one or more lone pairs, automatically the shape of the molecule is deviated. Shape of molecule is deviated from this and the bond angles are also affected. By the presence of lone pair, how many lone pairs? One or more lone pairs in the valence shell of central atom. As a result of the repulsion between the electron pairs, the resultant shape of the molecule or geometry of the molecule will be affected. Automatically that causes to the deviation in the bond angles. Okay. And next one. According to VSEPR theory, that may be triple bond, that may be double bond, that may be single bond is considered as a bond pair. And same time, the repulsion between the multiple bonds is in the order. Repulsion between the triple bond is greater than that of double bond is greater than that of single bond. This is about the decreasing order of the repulsions. Okay, but according to VSEPR theory, that may be triple bond or double bond or single bond that is considered as one bond pair. One bond pair. This is about the concept or important feature that are related to VSEPR theory. I will repeat once again totally. According to VSEPR theory, the shape of a molecule can be decided by counting the number of electron pairs present in the valence shell of central atom. If the electrons are assumed as point charges, then there will be repulsion between the electron pairs. So, in a molecule, in the valence shell of central atom, the atoms or the electron pairs are arranged in such a way that the repulsion between the electron pairs is minimum. Then only the molecule becomes stable. Otherwise, the molecule becomes unstable. And same time, the electron pair which is present or located or concentrated between the two bonded atoms is known as bond pair, and which is diffused in the valence shell of the central atom is known as lone pair. And the repulsion between the different electron pairs is in the order. Lone pair is greater than that of lone pair, bond pair, that is greater than that of bond pair, bond pair. If the electron pairs present in the valence shell of central atom are all bond pairs, then the shape of the molecule can be easily predicted and the bond angles also. If is there any one or more number of lone pairs present in the valence shell of central atom, automatically that affects the shape or geometry of the molecule and also the bond angles. And the repulsion between the electron pairs of multiple bonds is in the order here triple bond greater than double bond greater than single bond. And here in each covalent bond one electron pair. Triple bond means 3 electron pairs come closer. Automatically the repulsion maximum 2, 1. And according to VSEPR theory, whatever it may be, that may be triple bond or double bond or single bond, you should take them or consider them as one bond pair only. This is about the important features of VSEPR theory. Okay. Now I will go through the details of the first one. According to VSEPR theory, the shape of the molecule depends upon the number of electron pairs present in the valence shell of central atom, or the shape of the molecule can be predicted by counting the number of electron pairs present in the valence shell of central atom. Here, let us consider beryllium chloride. In beryllium chloride, this is the molecule, and this is one electron pair, this is another electron pair. And here, in the valence shell of the central beryllium atom, how many electron pairs are there? 2 electron pairs. Here the 2 electron pairs are bond pairs. How can you say? Bonded atom, bonded atom. 2 electron pairs, all the 2 electron pairs are bond pairs. Then what about the shape? Linear. What about the bond angle? 180 degrees. BaCl2. Here the shape is easily predicted. Okay, I will give another example. BF3. In BF3 molecule, this is BF3 molecule. Electron pair, electron pair, electron pair. Here all the 3 electron pairs are concentrated between boron and fluorine atoms. So they are considered as the bond pairs. How many bond pairs are there? 3 electron pairs. All the 3 electron pairs are bond pairs. Then what is the shape? Planar triangle. What is the bond angle? 120 degrees. Okay. Next, CH4, methane. Here I am putting the Lewis dots very closer to carbon. Why? Hydrogen electronegativity 2.1, carbon electronegativity 2.5. Based on the concept of electronegativity, you should represent the bond pair to closer to the more electronegative atom. And here, this is the valence shell of central atom. How many electron pairs are there? 4. Means 4 electron pairs are there. All the 4 electron pairs are bond pairs. Then what is the shape of molecule? Tetrahedral. What is the bond angle? 109 degrees to 8 minutes. This is about the first one. Here in the valence shell of central atom, the repulsions occur between the electron pairs. Why? They are assumed as the point charges, like charges. So when they come closer with each other, automatically they repel with each other. So in a molecule, the bonded atoms or the electron pairs, that may be bond pairs or lone pairs, the electron pairs are arranged in such a way that the repulsion is minimum. Here, when the repulsion is minimum, automatically that enhances the stability of molecule. Enhances stability of molecule. This is about the details. This is the decreasing order of the repulsion between different electron pairs. This is another order of the repulsions between the electron pairs. And here, according to VSEPR theory, that may be triple bond or double bond or single bond, here that is considered as one bond pair only. If is there any lone pair present in the valence shell of central atom, one or more, presence of central atom, valence shell of central atom, that affects the shape of molecule and also bond angles and also bond lengths also. This is about the important features of VSEPR theory. Right? Okay. What about the other details? And what about the examples given for VSEPR theory? First example. Beryllium chloride. Central atom is beryllium. Atomic number 4. 1s2, 2s2. Here the combining capacity in the ground state is equal to 0. Why? There is no unpaired electron. So, in the excited state of the central atom, nothing but beryllium, one of the 2s electron is promoted into 2p or jumped into 2p. Then, the distribution of electrons in different orbits is given like this. In the excited state of beryllium, there are 2 unpaired electrons available, means combining capacity 2, means valency 2, means that can form 2 covalent bonds. Now, the 2 unpaired electrons of beryllium, paired with the unpaired electrons of chlorine, resulting in the formation of 2 bond pairs. How? Beryllium, unpaired electrons of beryllium. And here you are already familiar with the electronic configuration of chlorine. Here, chlorine is equal to 17, that is equal to neon 3s2 3p5. In the valence shell of the chlorine atom, there is an unpaired electron present in the 2p orbital. That unpaired electron paired with the beryllium and resulting the formation of 2 bond pairs, means 2 covalent bonds. 2 covalent bonds, right? And now apply VSEPR theory. Number of electron pairs 2, number of bond pairs equal to 2, number of lone pairs equal to 0. Based on the point given in the VSEPR theory, shape of the molecule is linear and bond angle at the central atom is equal to 180 degrees. Here the bond angle is 180 degrees. Here one thing you should keep in mind. During the discussion related to the formation of beryllium chloride molecule, I didn't mention the overlapping of half-filled outermost atomic orbitals. What I am saying that here I am discussing about the pairing of or formation of bond pairs only, pairing of electrons, pairing of unpaired electrons in the valence shell of the central atom and also bonded atoms only. I didn't mention about the overlapping of half-filled outermost atomic orbitals. Why? That is actually related to the valence bond theory. Here once again you should not mention. Why? VSEPR theory is completely different from the valence bond theory. Here it given to explain or to rectify the defects of the valence bond theory. This is the condition. Here, which type of interactions are there? Bond pair repulsion. Interaction, you can say that as repulsion also. Bond pair repulsion. They are far apart with each other and they are arranged with the 180 degree. They are arranged on the straight line. As a result of that, the geometry of the molecule is linear and bond angle is 180 degrees, right? Next, second one, BF3. In boron trifluoride, boron is central atom and the atomic number 5, 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. While I am explaining the formation of the molecules, you should think about the electronic configuration. From that you should think about the valency and also combining capacity and covalency. You should think about all those concepts. Then only you can develop your fundamental skills. You can apply yourself to the concept given by the teacher. Otherwise, you have to go through the mugging. That is ridiculous. Right. Boron, atomic number 5, this is the configuration. In the ground state, what is the combining capacity? 1. But here how many bonded atoms are there? 3. How it is possible? Not possible. So, in the excited state, one of the 2s electron is transferred into 2p. Then the arrangement of electrons is given as 1 and 2. And what about the fluorine? 9, helium, 2s2, 2p5. There is an unpaired electron present in the p orbital, right? Now, the 3 unpaired electrons of boron and unpaired electrons of 3 fluorine atoms are paired and caused to the formation of 3 bond pairs, and that is fluorine, fluorine and fluorine. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now describe the molecule. Here number of electron pairs equal to 3. 1, 2, 3. Number of bond pairs is equal to 3. All the 3 electron pairs are bond pairs. Then it is very easy to predict the shape of molecule and symmetric. And here number of lone pairs 0. No lone pair. And shape of the molecule planar triangle. Bond angle at the central boron atom 120 degrees. Type of repulsions, once again bond pair repulsions. Here this is bond pair repulsion. They are arranged with 120 degrees. And the third one, methane. What is the central atom of methane? Carbon. Its atomic number 6. What about the electronic configuration? 2s2, 2p2. In the ground state, what is the combining capacity? 2. Why? There are 2 unpaired electrons available in the valence shell of central atom. Therefore, combining capacity is equal to 2. Means what? In ground state of each carbon atom, that can be bonded with only 2 atoms, monovalent atoms. But here how many hydrogens are there? 4. Then what? For that, to increase the combining capacity, here one of the 2s electron is transferred into 2p. Then the number of unpaired electrons available is equal to 4. They can be given as follow. And hydrogen, electronic configuration of each hydrogen atom is 1s1, unpaired electrons. And here now the 4 unpaired electrons of carbon paired with the unpaired electrons of the 4 hydrogen atoms cause to the formation of 4 bond pairs. Cause to the formation of 4 bond pairs. These are the bond pairs. Now, how can you describe this molecule? Here, number of electron pairs is equal to 4. Number of bond pairs is equal to 4. Number of lone pairs is equal to 0. And shape of the molecule tetrahedral. You have to recall one of the postulates of Vesper theory. And bond angle at the central carbon atom is 109 degrees to 8 minutes. And type of repulsions, bond pair repulsions. Bond pair repulsions. Here what is the bond angle? 109 degrees to 8 minutes. Okay. Planar triangle means you should be think like that. Tetrahedral. This is the tetrahedral geometry. This is about the beryllium chloride, boron trifluoride and methane. And here the next one, examples for the molecules in which the central atom with 4 electron pairs. Here the first one, NH3. In ammonia, nitrogen is the central atom and the electronic configuration is helium 2s2 2p3. Right? And now 3 unpaired electrons distributed in the outermost p orbital and 1 electron pair present in the s orbital. Here in the ground state, the combining capacity of nitrogen is equal to 3. Undoubtedly. Only 3. Why? There are 3 unpaired electrons available. So, its combining capacity in the ground state is equal to 3. Here, there are 3 hydrogen atoms. Okay. Everything okay. And now, the electronic configuration of each hydrogen atom is given like this. Now the 3 unpaired electrons of nitrogen paired with the unpaired electrons of hydrogen, resulting the formation of 3 bond pairs. Resulting the formation of 3 bond pairs. Okay. And same time, in the valence shell of central atom, in the outermost s orbital, there is a lone pair. There is a lone pair. Right? And here, in the description, we can write number of electron pairs is equal to 4. Number of bond pairs is equal to 3. 1, 2, 3. Number of lone pairs is equal to 1. 3 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. Based on the total number of electron pairs, the shape of the molecule is expected to be tetrahedral. But here, the actual shape of the molecule or geometry of the molecule is pyramidal. Pyramidal. And the bond angle at the central nitrogen atom is 107 degrees. And here, what is the expected shape? Expected shape is tetrahedral. And what is the expected bond angle at the nitrogen atom? 109 degrees. But what is the reason for the deviation in the shape and also bond angle? Only one reason, that is the presence of lone pair. The presence of lone pair. Okay. But here, in most of the textbooks and in most of the cases, this lone pair is represented like this also. And here this is a lone pair, means the electron pair which is distributed in the valence shell is known as lone pair. 1 lone pair, 3 bond pairs. This is the shape. This is the expected shape and expected bond angle. Here both the shape of the molecule and the bond angles are deviated due to presence of this lone pair only. Right. What about the type of interactions? Type of interactions. Bond pair repulsion. 1. Bond pair repulsion. 2. Bond pair repulsion. 3. Right? 3 bond pair repulsions. How many bond pair? 1, 2, and another one between this electron pair, this electron pair. Total 3 bond pair repulsions. And same time, lone pair bond pair repulsion. 1. Lone pair bond pair repulsion. 2. Lone pair bond pair repulsion. 3. Means there are 3 lone pair bond pair repulsions. Totally how many types of or how many repulsions are there? 6 repulsions. How many types of repulsions are there? Only 2 types. Got my point? Total repulsion that are occur in the valence shell of the nitrogen atom of ammonia molecule 6. 3 bond pair, 3 lone pair, bond pair. But how many types of repulsions that occur in the valence shell of central nitrogen atom? 2 types. What are they? Lone pair, bond pair, bond pair, bond pair. Due to all these repulsions, the resultant geometry of the molecule is changed to pyramidal and the resultant bond angle is changed to 107 degrees. Okay, now, right? Next, another important one, water. You can easily explain. The electronic configuration of the central atom is 2s2 2p4. To P4, 2s2 2p4. And in the ground state of oxygen, here the combining capacity is equal to 2. Means what? That can form 2 covalent bonds, that can form 2 bond pairs, that is ready to form 2 bond pairs. And same time there are 2 lone pairs present in the valence shell of central oxygen atom. Right. Suppose if the oxygen atom goes into the excited state, then one of the s electron is transferred into 2p. Then once again 2 lone pairs are available and 2 unpaired electrons. There is no change. That may be ground state or the atom is excited. There is no change in the number of unpaired electrons and number of lone pairs. Combining capacity 2. That is ready to form 2 bond pairs. Okay. And here hydrogen atom, hydrogen 1, that is equal to 1s1. Now the 2 unpaired electrons of oxygen, paired with the unpaired electrons of hydrogen atom, resulting in the formation of 2 bond pairs. And here this is electron pair. Okay. Here number of electron pairs is equal to 4, same as that of the previous one. Number of bond pairs is equal to 2, here 3, here 2. Number of lone pairs is equal to 2, here 1. You have to think about the repulsions, types of repulsions, number of repulsions. You have to think like that. Here the number of lone pairs is equal to 2, number of bond pairs is equal to 2, electron pairs 2. Based on the number of electron pairs, the shape of the molecule is expected to be tetrahedral. And the bond angle is expected to be 109 degrees to 8 minutes. But that is wrong. Why? Due to availability of 2 lone pairs in the valence shell of central atom, the shape of the molecule is changed to angular. The shape of the molecule is changed to angular. And the bond angle at the central oxygen atom is 104 degrees 38 minutes. Expected shape tetrahedral. Okay. And expected bond angle 109 degrees. But actual shape of the molecule angular. What actual bond angle 104 degrees. How much bond angle decreases are affected? Near about 5. Near about 5 degrees. What is the reason for that? Inter-electronic repulsions. Means repulsion between the electron pairs. Which type of interactions are? Which type of interactions? Type of interactions. Here. This is lone pair, this is lone pair, and this is bond pair, and this is bond pair. Bond angle 104 degrees 38 minutes, and here 107 degrees. Okay, here this is 104 degrees 38 minutes. Right. First one. Bond pair repulsion 1. What is that? Bond pair repulsion 1. Second one. Lone pair bond pair repulsion 1. Lone pair bond pair repulsion 2. Lone pair repulsion 2. Bond pair repulsion 1. Finally, there is another one. Lone pair repulsion 1. All the three different types of repulsions that are occur in the valence shell of oxygen atom, what are they? Lone pair greater than that of lone pair, bond pair greater than that of bond pair. Did you remember the order? Lone pair greater than, lone pair, bond pair greater than, bond pair. Here the first one, lone pair, and lone pair, bond pair 2, bond pair 1. Totally 5 repulsions are there. But how many types of repulsions? 3 types. But the repulsion between different electron pairs means between lone pairs and bond pairs. Finally, the resultant geometry of the molecule is predicted as angular and the bond angle is decreased by 104 degrees 38 minutes. 104 degrees 38 minutes. But here 107 degrees. Here 104 degrees. Now you can make a statement. What is that? With increase of number of lone pairs in the valence shell of central atom, bond angle decreases. Here lone pair 1, bond angle 107. Here lone pairs 2, bond angle 104 degrees. What is the meaning of that? Here with increase of number of lone pairs in the valence shell of central atom, the bond angle decreases. And here oxygen molecule is also represented as H 104 degrees 38 minutes. Lone pair. This is about the description of the molecules with 4 electron pairs. Description of the molecule with 4 electron pairs. And what about the examples for the molecules with 5 and 6 and 7 electron pairs in the valence shell of central atoms? That is PCl5. Here the central atom of PCl5 is phosphorus, that is neon 3s2 3p3. In the ground state of phosphorus, the number of unpaired electrons is equal to 3. Therefore, combining capacity is equal to 3. Means what? In ground state of phosphorus atom, due to availability of 3 unpaired electrons, that is ready to form 3 bond pairs, that is ready to bond it with 3 monovalent atoms. And here there are 5 monovalent atoms, 5 chlorine atoms. But combining capacity in the ground state 3. Then the molecule cannot form. So, in order to form the molecule, here the phosphorus atom goes into the excited state 3p3 3d1 and this one. And same time chlorine 17, neon 3s2 3p5. In the valence shell of chlorine atom there is an unpaired electron in the outermost p orbital. Now the phosphorus atom and chlorine atoms are paired their unpaired electrons and resulting the formation of 5 bond pairs. 5 bond pairs, and okay, now the number of electron pairs 5. Description of molecule 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number of bond pairs is equal to 5. Number of lone pairs is equal to 0. There is no lone pair. And shape of the molecule trigonal bipyramid, trigonal bipyramid, and bond angle at the central phosphorus atom. This is the axial bond, axial PCl bond, axial bond. This is also axial bond, and this is the chlorine atom present on the equatorial position. This is the equatorial position, plane. Triangle is supposed to be a plane. Now the 3 chlorine atoms are known as equatorial chlorine atoms, E. Number of PCl, E or EQ bonds is equal to 3. This is equal to 2. Now, angle between the equatorial chlorine atoms is 120 degrees. They are far apart with each other, repulsion is minimum. And the angle between the equatorial and also axial chlorine atoms is equal to 90. They are somewhat closer. Angle between the equatorial chlorine atoms is equal to 120. Angle between the axial and equatorial chlorine atoms 90. Okay. What is the angle between the 2 axial chlorine atoms is equal to 180 degrees. So, bond angles at the central phosphorus atom 190, 90 and 180. Due to availability of 3 different types of bond angles, here the molecule become unstable. The molecule become unstable. This is about the description of the PCl5 molecule. Okay. Next one, SF6, sulfur hexafluoride. Sulfur atomic number 16, that is near 3s2 3p4. In the excited state, 3s1 3p4 3d1. In the second excited state, 3s1 3p3 3d2. And now the distribution of electrons is this one, and electronic configuration of each fluorine atom is helium 2s2 2p5. Now the 6 fluorine atoms formation of the bond pairs with the central sulfur atom. Why? There are 6 unpaired electrons available in the valence shell of central atom. The 6 unpaired electrons are paired with the unpaired electrons of 6 fluorine atoms, resulting the formation of six bond pairs. This one. And here this is axial fluorine atom, equatorial fluorine atom, equatorial fluorine atom. Now come to the details. Number of electron pairs 6. Number of bond pairs is equal to 6. Number of lone pairs is equal to 0. If all the electron pairs are bond pairs, in such cases, the shape of the molecule is octahedral and the bond angle at the central sulfur atom is 90 degrees. And here, the type of repulsions that occur are bond pair repulsions. Bond pair repulsions. How many types of bonds? 2 types. What are they? Here the first one, sulfur axial fluorine. Bond angle 90. Angle between the axial fluorine and equatorial fluorine is 90. And sulfur equatorial fluorine. Sulfur and equatorial fluorine. How many types of bonds? 4. There are 2 S dash axial fluorine atom. That means there are 2 SF bonds and there are 4 SFE bonds. SFE bonds. What is the angle between any 2 equatorial fluorine atoms? 90 degrees. What is the angle between the 2 axial fluorine atoms? 180 degrees. And here totally bond angle is taken as 90 degrees and the shape of the molecule is octahedral. Number of lone pairs is equal to 0. Number of bond pairs is equal to 6 and total number of electron pairs is equal to 6. This is about the description of sulfur hexafluoride. And finally, we have to give another important example for the molecule with pentagonal bipyramidal geometry. Pentagonal bipyramidal geometry, that is I of 7. Iodine is the central atom. Its atomic number is equal to 53. And here krypton 3d10 4s2 4p5 3d10 36 plus 10 46 4s2 4p5. And next one, in the first excited state 4s1 4p5 4d1. In the second excited state 4s1 4p4 4d2. In the third excited state 4s1 4p3 4d3. Number of unpaired electrons available in the ground state is equal to 1. I have already discussed during the oxidation states. Number of unpaired electrons available in the ground state is equal to 1. In the first excited state 3. In the second excited state 5. In the third excited state 7. In the third excited state of halogen or iodine atom, the combining capacity is equal to 7. Means what? Number of unpaired electrons equal to 7. And same time you have already familiar with the electronic configuration of helium 2s2 2p5. Now, in the valence shell of central iodine atom, all the 7 electrons are paired with forming the bond pairs with the unpaired electrons of 7 fluorine atoms, resulting in the formation of I of 7. I of 7. These are all equatorial fluorine atoms. And this is axial fluorine, this is another axial fluorine. And here electron pair, electron pair, electron pair, electron pair, electron pair, electron pair and electron pair. Here the number of electron pairs is equal to 7. Number of bond pairs is equal to 7. number of lone pairs is equal to 0. There is no lone pair. And shape of the molecule pentagonal bipyramid. Pentagonal bipyramid. And what about the bond angle at the central iodine atom? That is 90 degrees and 72 degrees. What is that? Here, angle between axial fluorine and equatorial fluorine means between these two is 90. And angle between equatorial fluorine atoms is 72. 72 and 90. And the shape of the molecule is pentagonal bipyramidal. Number of lone pairs 0. Number of bond pairs 7. Number of electron pairs 7. When the bond angles and also shape of or geometry of the molecules are changed or deviated by the presence of lone pairs in the valence shell of central atom, automatically the shape of the molecule and also the bond angles are deviated. Take for example, let us consider another important molecule.